tones of the sky are bleeding down the window pane. A highly saturated blue inside this heavy rain. I trace the complex composition of the drops upon the glass, watching all these beautifully tragic quiet hours pass. You left a heavily textured silence in the center of the bed, a cinematic echo of the final words you said. The soft electronic thunder rolls across the empty street, a slow and moody rhythm of a ruin incomplete. The contrast is so sharp, a sudden plunge into the dark. I'm just a fading figure, looking for a single spark. You washed away the canvas, tore the picture at the seam, leaving me to shiver in this complicated dream. Now I'm alone in this rain, soaking through the layers, a masterpiece of lonely and unanswered broken prayers. The colors are all running, fading into black and gray. Every drop is just another piece of you that slips away. It's a beautifully orchestrated, devastating pain, standing in the shadows, alone in this rain. I wear the mystery of your absence like a heavy velvet coat, with every single memory caught tight around my throat. The rhythm of the storm is like an 808 inside my chest, a highly detailed portrait of a heart that cannot rest. I thought we were a brilliant, vibrant, everlasting hue, but you painted me in isolation, wrapped in midnight blue. The dramatic final act was just a sudden fade to black, and the water on the asphalt says you're never coming back. Contrast is so sharp, a sudden plunge into the dark. I'm just a fading figure, looking for a single spark. You washed away the canvas, tore the picture at the seam, leaving me to shiver in this complicated dream. Now I'm alone in this rain, soaking through the layers, a masterpiece of lonely and unanswered broken prayers. The colors are all running, fading into black and gray. Every drop is just another piece of you that slips away. It's a beautifully orchestrated, devastating pain, standing in the shadows, alone in this rain. I am drowning in the texture of the promises you broke, choking on the heavy, bitter ashes and the smoke. I wanted you to shelter me, to hold me in the cold, but you let the story shatter before it could be told. I'm screaming in the downpour, but the audio is dead, just a highly detailed nightmare running circles in my head. Yeah, I'm alone in this rain, soaking through the layers, a masterpiece of lonely and unanswered broken prayers. The colors are all running, fading into black and gray. Every drop is just another piece of you that slips away. It's a beautifully orchestrated, devastating pain. Yeah, I'm alone, alone in this rain, alone in this rain. The dark tones wash away, just a complex, heavy layer in an empty street, so cold. Yeah. Just watching the door fading to black. highly saturated sunset bleeds into the gray. I'm tracing all the dark tones where your shadow used to lay. A complex composition of the bags you didn't pack. Just a heavy, quiet hallway and a sudden hollow lack. I left the porch light burning like a beacon in the cold. A beautifully orchestrated lie I've blindly told. I memorized the rhythm of your tires in the drive, just waiting for the moment that the colors come alive. But the soft electronic static is the only sound I hear. A cinematic ending making everything so clear. I try to blur the bitter edges, trying to excuse the act, but I'm holding on to heavy layers, staring at the fact that you never came back. No warning at the door, just a sudden silent ruin on this cold and hardwood floor. You left a masterpiece of lonely, painted in the blue. I'm drowning in the high contrast of living without you. The dramatic final credits roll, the screen faded to black. I waited in the dark, but you never came back. The texture of your absence is a rough and bitter chill. I'm a captive in this gallery, standing entirely still. I wear the mystery of your leaving like a velvet gown, a slow and quiet drowning in a deserted, ghosted town. Every unread message is another heavy brush stroke, a highly detailed portrait of the promises you broke. I play the perfect understudy, waiting in the wings for a beautifully tragic play where nobody ever sings. But the soft electronic static is the only sound I hear. A cinematic ending making everything so clear. I try to blur the bitter edges, trying to excuse the act, but I'm holding on to heavy layers, staring at the fact that you never came back. No warning at the door, just a sudden silent ruin on this cold and hardwood floor. You left a masterpiece of lonely, painted in the blue. I'm drowning in the high contrast of living without you. The dramatic final credits rolled, the screen faded to black. I waited in the dark, but you never came back. I kept the framing perfect, I left the doorway open wide. I swallowed all my dignity with nowhere left to hide. How do you walk away from every highly saturated dream? How do you just unravel us and tear right through the seam? I stood inside the pouring rain until my bones were numb, waiting for a heavy rescue that was never gonna come. Yeah, you never came back. No warning at the door, just a sudden silent ruin on this cold and hardwood floor. You left a masterpiece of lonely, painted in the blue. I'm drowning in the high contrast of living without you. The dramatic final credits roll, the screen faded to black. You waited in the dark, but you never came back. You never came back. Just the dark tones now, a complex, heavy layer, and an empty room. You never came back. Yeah. Just static in the dark. glass and this bedroom has a heavy velvet weight. I'm trapped inside the dark tones of a beautifully tragic fate. I stare at the high contrast of my phone screen in the black, listening to old voicemails, trying to pull the colors back. Your tone was like a brush stroke, warm and saturated deep. Now it's just a ghost I chase when I am trying to sleep. The frequency is dropping, the room is getting cold. A devastating story that is suddenly on hold. The soft electronic static fills the empty space you left. A cinematic soundtrack to this quiet midnight theft. I memorized the rhythm and the texture of your breath. Now I'm just dancing with the slow and quiet death. 'Cause I miss your voice cutting through the gray, washing all these heavily textured shadows away. It was the only melody that made my canvas bright. Now I'm just a silent ruin fading in the night. A masterpiece of lonely wrapped in black and blue. I trade every drop of color just to hear a word from you. Yeah, I miss your voice. I hear it in the rainfall, tapping on the heavy glass. A moody composition as the endless hours pass. I wear the echo of your laughter like a complicated gown. A beautiful nostalgia that is always dragging me back down. You painted every syllable in such a vibrant hue, but the audio is clipping and the signal isn't through. I'm a highly detailed picture of a heart that's torn apart, holding on to audio notes playing in the dark. The soft electronic static fills the empty space you left. The cinematic soundtrack to this quiet midnight theft. I memorized the rhythm and the texture of your breath. Now I'm just dancing with the slow and quiet death. 'Cause I miss your voice cutting through the gray, washing all these heavily textured shadows away. It was the only melody that made my canvas bright. Now I'm just a silent ruin fading in the night. A masterpiece of lonely wrapped in black and blue. I trade every drop of color just to hear a word from you. Yeah, I miss your voice. I'm screaming at the walls, but the acoustics are all wrong. I'm desperately trying to find the ending to our song. Your silence is a weapon, tearing every seam apart. A highly detailed agony echoing inside my heart. Just speak to me, just say my name and break the bitter cold. I'm suffocating in the dark and losing all control. Yeah, I miss your voice cutting through the gray, washing all these heavily textured shadows away. It was the only melody that made my canvas bright. Now I'm just a silent ruin fading in the night. A masterpiece of lonely wrapped in black and blue. I trade every drop of color just to hear a word from you. Yeah, I miss your voice. I miss your voice in the dark tones of the room. Just a faded audio layer, nothing but the static. Speak to me, speak to me. Yeah, not a single sound, just fading out. The midnight room is painted in a heavy bruised blue. Highly saturated silence where I used to talk to you. I trace the complex layers of the shadows on the wall, waiting for the dramatic crash that's never gonna fall. There is no shattered glass, there is no screaming in the street, just the dark tones of a masterpiece lying incomplete. You severed the connection with a slow and steady hand, leaving me a mystery I'll never understand. The soft, the only thing that cries, a cinematic ending playing out behind my eyes. I blur the bitter edges so the contrast isn't stark, but I'm just a fading figure slowly bleeding in the dark. 'Cause broken hearts bleed quietly, they don't make a sound. No sudden violent thunderstorms, no shaking of the ground. It's a beautifully orchestrated, heavy velvet pain, washing all the vibrant colors down the open drain. You left me as a ruin, wrapped in shades of black and blue. Yeah, broken hearts bleed quietly, and mine is bleeding over you. The texture of this empty bed is rough against my skin, a haunting dark reminder of the state that I am in. I wear the high contrast of this grief like heavy chains, trying to find a reason why the bitter cold remains. You didn't leave a map to navigate this quiet hell, just a highly detailed portrait of the moment that I fell. I smile for the audience, I play the perfect part, while carrying the heavy composition of my heart. The soft, the only thing that cries, a cinematic ending playing out behind my eyes. I blur the bitter edges so the contrast isn't stark, but I'm just a fading figure slowly bleeding in the dark. 'Cause broken hearts bleed quietly, they don't make a sound. No sudden violent thunderstorms, no shaking of the ground. It's a beautifully orchestrated, heavy velvet pain, washing all the vibrant colors down the open drain. You left me as a ruin, wrapped in shades of black and blue. Yeah, broken hearts bleed quietly. And mine is bleeding over you. I wanna tear the canvas down, I wanna make a scene. I'm suffocating in the spaces hiding in between. I wanna break the silence, I wanna strike a match, but you're heavily textured sorrow that I never can detach. How do you walk away so clean, without a single stain, while I am drowning in the quiet, devastating rain? Broken hearts bleed quietly, they don't make a sound. No sudden violent thunderstorms, no shaking of the ground. It's a beautifully orchestrated, heavy velvet pain, washing all the vibrant colors down the open drain. You left me as a ruin, wrapped in shades of black and blue. Yeah, broken hearts bleed quietly, just the dark tones. No one even knows, a silent fade to black, bleeding quietly. Yeah. Just fading out. The dark tones of the midnight settle heavily on the glass. I'm watching highly saturated memories slowly pass. There's a thick and velvet texture to the empty space you left, a complex composition of a heart so deep in theft. I close my eyes, but the cinematic reel begins to play. A dramatic exhibition of the hour you walked away. The room is softly glowing in a melancholic blue, and I'm just lying in the dark, still reaching out for you. The soft electronic hum can't drown out the quiet ache. How many layers of this ruin is a single soul supposed to take? I'm wrapped inside the mystery of the promises we swore, but you're just a fading shadow walking out the door. Now there's just tears on my pillow in the middle of the night, washing out the colors of a love that burned so bright, a slow and quiet drowning in a sea of black and blue. Every single drop is just another shade of you. It's a beautifully orchestrated, devastating scene. Tears on my pillow, and the spaces in between. The rhythm of the rainfall is a slow and heavy beat, echo in the distance from my head down to my feet. I trace the bitter outline where your silhouette would fall, a masterpiece of emptiness projected on the wall. I wear this heavy contrast like a secret in the dark, a sudden sharp reminder of the missing vital spark. You didn't leave a map to navigate this kind of pain, just a highly detailed sorrow washing over me like rain. The soft electronic hum can't drown out the quiet ache. How many layers of this ruin is a single soul supposed to take? I'm wrapped inside the mystery of the promises we swore, but you're just a fading shadow walking out the door. Now there's just tears on my pillow in the middle of the night, washing out the colors of a love that burned so bright, a slow and quiet drowning in a sea of black and blue. Every single drop is just another shade of you. It's a beautifully orchestrated, devastating scene. I wanna wash the canvas clean up, I wanna wring it out. I'm suffocating in the texture of this heavy silent doubt. You painted me in permanence, and then you wash your hands, leaving me to fall apart where nothing ever stands. I am bleeding through the fabric, I am tearing at the seam, waking up in pieces from a highly saturated dream. Yeah, there's just tears on my pillow in the middle of the night, washing out the colors, washing out of a love that burned so bright, a slow and quiet drowning in a sea of black and blue. Every single drop is just another shade of you. It's a beautifully orchestrated, devastating scene. Tears on my pillow, just tears soaking through the layers in the dark tones of the room. Tears tears on my pillow. 'Cause you left too soon. The heavy paint is drying on an unfinished sky. I wasn't ready for the sudden contrast of goodbye. The dark tones of the evening caught me by surprise. A highly saturated sorrow bleeding from my eyes. I thought we had 100 different layers left to blend. I didn't know this quiet corner was the sudden end. You were the focal point of every dream I'd ever spun. And now I'm staring at a masterpiece that isn't done. I'm standing in the gallery, my hands are covered in the art, trying to make a composition from a devastated heart. You dropped the brush, you broke the frame, you let the colors run, leaving me to freeze inside a world without a sun. 'Cause you left too soon. The canvas is incomplete, a cinematic tragedy, lying broken at my feet. We were a beautiful progression that had only just begun. Now I'm holding all these vibrant hopes with nowhere left to run. It's a heavily textured mystery, devastating ruin. God, you left too soon. I trace the complex shadows falling on the empty chair. I swear I feel the heavy texture of you standing there. The lighting in the room is shifting, moody and obscure, a dramatic quiet sickness that will never have a cure. You packed away the future like a sudden quiet thief, and left me with a permanent and highly detailed grief. I wear this high contrast affliction everywhere I go, trapped inside an ending that I wasn't meant to know. I'm standing in the gallery, my hands are covered in the art, trying to make a composition from a devastated heart. You dropped the brush, you broke the frame, you let the colors run, leaving me to freeze inside a world without a sun. 'Cause you left too soon. The canvas is incomplete, a cinematic tragedy, lying broken at my feet. We were a beautiful progression that had only just begun. Now I'm holding all these vibrant hopes with nowhere left to run. It's a heavily textured mystery, a devastating ruin. God, you left too soon. I had so much left to give you, I had so much left to say. How could you just cut the lights and walk into the grave? You wrote this of the ending, you tore the picture right in two. I am drowning in the vivid, blinding memory of you. Why did you just walk away before the story could unfold, leaving me to freeze inside the dark and bitter cold? Yeah, you left too soon. The canvas is incomplete, a cinematic tragedy, lying broken at my feet. We were a beautiful progression that had only just begun. Now I'm holding all these vibrant hopes with nowhere left to run. It's a heavily textured mystery, a devastating ruin. Yeah, you left too soon. Too soon. tears are all bleeding, an unfinished canvas, just empty space. You left too soon. You left too soon. Just faded out. The neon's buzzing in a highly saturated blue. I'm tracing the complex layers of an empty room. There's a heavy texture to the silence in my bed, a moody composition playing out inside my head. I keep waiting for the sudden twist, the grand return, watching the final ember of our picture slowly burn. The frequency is dropping, the connection's getting cold, a devastating story that was suddenly untold. The contrast is too sharp, the reality too deep. I'm a captive in a ruin, losing every hour of sleep. I reached up through the static, trying to find a spark, but you were already blending in the shadows of the dark. Love died last night without a single sound. No dramatic sirens, no crash into the ground. It was a slow fade into the dark tones of the gray, a masterpiece of us that you just threw away. We were a cinematic high, a brilliant blinding light, but the colors finally bled out. Yeah, love died last night. I wear the memory like a heavy velvet coat, a bittersweet nostalgia catching in my throat. I thought we built a fortress out of everything we swore, but you left my painted feelings scattered on the hardwood floor. You blurred the bitter edges so you wouldn't see me break, a beautifully orchestrated, quiet, cold mistake. Now I'm navigating through the spaces in between, the most intensely lonely picture that I've ever seen. The contrast is too sharp, the reality too deep. I'm a captivating ruin, losing every hour of sleep. I reached out through the static, trying to find a spark, but you were already blending in the shadows of the dark. Love died last night without a single sound. No dramatic sirens, no crash into the ground. It was a slow fade into the dark tones of the gray, a masterpiece of us that you just threw away. We were a cinematic high, a brilliant blinding light, but the colors finally bled out. Yeah, love died last night. I didn't even get a chance to try and change your mind. You pulled the curtain down and left the theater far behind. How do you just erase a highly saturated dream? How do you walk away without tearing at the seam? I'm crying out your name into the heavy empty air. I'm standing in the wreckage, but you're no longer there. Love died last night without a single sound. No dramatic sirens, no crash into the ground. It was a slow fade into the dark tones of the gray, a masterpiece of us that you just threw away. We were a cinematic high, a brilliant blinding light, but the colors finally bled out. Yeah, love died last dark tones, just a faded layer. Now I'm on my own. Love died last night. Still waiting for you. The midnight streetlights bleed across the heavy glass. I watch the shadows lengthening, I watch the hours pass. The dark tones of this empty room are painted on my skin, a highly saturated sorrow where your love has always been. I trace the complex composition of the cracks along the wall, listening for a footstep that is never going to fall. You left me with a mystery I can't quite figure out, trapped inside a gallery of silence and of doubt. I built a dramatic sanctuary out of everything we said, a heavy, vivid memory just looping in my head. I blur the bitter edges so the truth doesn't cut so deep, but you're a captivating ruin that my soul is forced to keep. 'Cause I'm still waiting for you, frozen in the frame, a cinematic tragedy that only knows your name. The colors have all faded, but the outline is too clear. You're 1,000 miles away, but the ghost of you is here. I'm holding on to nothing in a world of black and blue. Yeah, I'm still waiting for you. I wear the high contrast of grief like a heavy velvet coat. The unspoken goodbyes are like a hand around my throat. You were the focal point, the light that made the picture real. Now I'm just a silent masterpiece of everything I feel. I thought the heavy layers of the dark would start to lift, but I am just an anchor cut away and left adrift. Every time the door creaks, every time the wind blows cold, I fall back into the story that is never getting old. I built a dramatic sanctuary out of everything we said, a heavy, vivid memory just looping in my head. I blur the bitter edges so the truth doesn't cut so deep, but you're a captivating ruin that my soul is forced to keep. 'Cause I'm still waiting for you, frozen in the frame, a cinematic tragedy that all should tear the whole thing down. I should pack my shattered pieces up and leave this empty town. But the mystery of you is woven deep into my veins, and I'm addicted to these beautifully orchestrated pains. Why can't I close the door? Why can't I turn the key? Why do I keep hoping you'll come walking back to me when I'm still waiting for you, frozen in the frame? A cinematic tragedy that only knows your name. The colors have all faded, but the outline is too clear. You're 1,000 miles away, but the ghost of you is here. I'm holding on to nothing in a world of black and blue. Yeah, I'm still waiting. I'm still waiting for you. Still waiting in the dark tones where the shadows fall. I'm just standing here, waiting for you. Yeah, miles away, but still right there. The highway is a canvas, a highly saturated blur. I'm driving through the dark tones of the things we almost were. I packed the trunk with boxes, left the keys upon the floor. A complex composition of a girl walking out the door. I crossed the city limits in the heavy velvet night, trying to find a future in the artificial light. But the rhythm of the tires is a complicated beat, a moody dark reminder of a ruin incomplete. A soft electronic static fills the empty passenger seat, while the high contrast of leaving makes the tragedy complete. I try to blur the bitter edges, try to draw a brand new line, but the cinematic reality is playing in my mind. I put 1,000 miles between us, left the shadows in the blind, but I'm just a hollow picture, 'cause my heart stayed behind. You got the heavy beat center, wrapped up in the blue. My body's moving forward, but my soul is stuck with you. It's a beautifully orchestrated, devastating bind. I'm walking through tomorrow, but my heart stayed behind. I wear this high saturation like a complicated ghost, haunting my own body on this unfamiliar coast. The texture of the morning is a rough and bitter gray, without your vibrant colors here to wash the dark away. I play the perfect understudy in a brand new empty room, just a heavily layered phantom wandering inside a tomb. I thought that the distance was the only cure I'd need, but every single brush stroke is just another way I bleed. The softer electronic static fills the empty passenger seat, while the high contrast of leaving makes the tragedy complete. I try to blur the bitter edges, try to draw a brand new line, but the cinematic reality is playing in my mind. I put 1,000 miles between us, left the shadows in the blind, but I'm just a hollow picture. I'm just a empty chest. How do I build a sanctuary when you kept all of the best? I am screaming on the highway, but the audio is dead. Just a heavily textured nightmare running circles in my head. Yeah, put 1,000 miles between us, left the shadows in the blind, but I'm just a hollow picture, 'cause my heart stayed behind. You got the heavy beating center, wrapped up in the blue. My body's moving forward, but my soul is stuck with you. It's a beautifully orchestrated, devastating bind. Yeah, I'm walking through tomorrow, but my heart stayed behind. Stay behind. The dark tones wash over me, just a complex, empty layer. I'm so far away, but I never left. Just shivering in the dark. The frost is creeping up the highly saturated glass. I watch the shadows freeze, I watch the midnight pass. There's a heavy texture to the chill upon the bed, a complex composition of the final words you said. I wrap the dark tones of the room around my skin, a moody, quiet portrait of the state that I am in. You took the warmth away with a slow and steady hand, leaving me a mystery I'll never understand. The soft electronic static turns to winter in my chest, a high contrast reminder of a heart that cannot rest. I try to blur the bitter edges, try to hide the tear, but the cinematic reality is violently clear. 'Cause these cold nights without you are freezing my soul, a beautifully orchestrated, devastating toll. You washed away the canvas, left me painted in the blue, and I'm drowning in the high contrast of living without you. It's a masterpiece of lonely when the temperature drops. Yeah, these cold nights without you, and the shivering never stops. The rhythm of the heater is a distant muffled beat, a dark and cinematic soundtrack to my own defeat. I wear the mystery of your leaving like a heavy velvet coat, with every frozen memory caught tight around my throat. Every sudden drop in temperature is a jarring vital spark, a vivid flash of memory that leaves me in the dark. I played the perfect understudy waiting for my cue. Now I'm shivering in a tragedy directed just by you. The soft electronic static turns to winter in my chest, a high contrast reminder of a heart that cannot rest. Oh, I try to blur the bitter edges, try to hide the tear, but the cinematic reality is violently clear. 'Cause these cold nights with the shivering never stops. I wanna strike a match and burn this gallery down. I'm suffocating in the ice of this deserted town. How do you leave a highly saturated dream to slowly freeze? How do you bring a masterpiece down to its aching knees? I am screaming at the window, but the audio is dead. Just a heavily textured nightmare running circles in my head. Yeah, these cold nights without you are freezing my soul. A beautifully orchestrated, devastating toll. You washed away the canvas, left me painted in the blue, and I'm drowning in the high contrast of living without you. It's a masterpiece of lonely when the temperature drops. Yeah, these cold nights without you, and the shivering never stops. So cold, the dark tones turn to ice. Just a complex, heavy layer, freezing in the dark. Cold nights without you. Cold nights without you. Yeah. Just the shadows left, fading out. The dark tones of the twilight stretch across the hardwood floor. The heavily textured silence where you used to want me more. I'm staring at a canvas that we didn't get to fill, a highly saturated memory that's agonizing still. The air is thick and velvet, the frequency is low, a complex composition of a girl you used to know. You took the vibrant colors when you packed up all your things and left me as a puppet tangled up in broken strings. The soft electronic hum just amplifies the quiet ache, a high contrast reminder of the promises you'd break. I try to blur the bitter edges, try to hide the tear, but the cinematic reality is violently clear. Just a faded love in an empty room, a heavily orchestrated, quiet kind of doom. You washed away the contrast, left me painted in the gray, a masterpiece of us that you just threw away. The dramatic final act was just a sudden fade to black. Yeah, a faded love, an empty room, and you're never coming back. The rhythm of the city is a distant muffled beat, a moody dark portrait of my absolute defeat. I wear the mystery of you leaving like a heavy iron chain, while I'm standing at the window looking through the falling rain. Every shadow is a brushstroke of the love we didn't save, a highly detailed ruin that I'm taking to the grave. I played the perfect understudy, waiting for my cue in a tragedy directed and produced entirely by you. The soft electronic hum just amplifies the quiet ache, a high contrast reminder of the promises you'd break. I try to blur the bitter edges, try to hide the tear, but the cinematic reality is violently clear. Just a faded love in an empty room, a heavily orchestrated, quiet kind of doom. You washed away the contrast, left me painted in the gray, a masterpiece of us that you just threw empty room. The dark tones wash away, just a complex, heavy layer, nothing left to save, so faded. Still echoing in the dark. The highly saturated colors of our final day are painted in my memory and refuse to fade away. The dark tones of the evening when you turned around to leave are a complex composition that my mind cannot unweave. I trace the heavily textured shadows falling on the floor, waiting for a footstep that isn't coming anymore. You delivered the finale with a slow and steady breath, a beautifully orchestrated cinematic death. The softy electronic hum is the only thing that cries while I replay the sharp and bitter contrast of your lies. I try to blur the edges of the moment that you broke, but I'm choking on the ashes and the heavy velvet smoke. 'Cause your goodbye still hurts, like a sudden blinding light, a highly detailed ruin in the middle of the night. You washed away the canvas, left me standing in the blue, and I'm drowning in the high contrast of living without you. It wasn't just a closing door, it was a tearing of the eye. Yeah, your goodbye still hurts, right in the center of my heart. The rhythm of this empty house is a complicated beat, a moody dark portrait of a surrender so complete. I wear the mystery of your absence like a heavy iron chain, a solitary figure standing in a quiet rain. Every time I close my eyes, the resolution is too high. I see the sudden jarring flash of when you said goodbye. I play the perfect understudy in a play you wrote for two. Now I'm staring at a masterpiece of everything I blew. The softy electronic hum is the only thing that cries while I replay the sharp and bitter contrast of your lies. I try to blur the edges of the moment that you broke, but I'm choking on the ashes and the heavy velvet smoke. 'Cause your goodbye still hurts, like a sudden blinding light, a highly detailed ruin in the middle of the night. You washed away the canvas, left me standing in the blue, and I'm drowning in the high contrast of living without you. It wasn't just a closing door, it was a tearing of the art. Yeah, your goodbye still hurts, right in the center of my heart. I thought the passage of the time would wash the stains away. I thought the vibrant agony would slowly turn to gray, but the audio is clipping and the silence is too loud. A highly saturated ghost lost inside a lonely crowd. You severed the connection with a single brutal word, the most devastating melody that I have ever heard. Yeah, your goodbye still hurts, like a sudden blinding light, a highly detailed ruin in the middle of the night. You washed away the canvas, left me standing in the blue, and I'm drowning in the high contrast of living without you. It wasn't just a closing door, it was a tearing of the heart. Yeah, your goodbye still hurts. Still hurts. The dark tones wash away. Just a complex, heavy layer in an empty room. It still hurts. Yeah. The melody's fading in the dark. The playlist shuffles in the dark tones of the room. A highly saturated trigger in this quiet velvet gloom. The opening chord strikes a heavy, bruised blue. A complex composition of the nights I laid with you. I know every lyric, every breath and every beat, but the cinematic picture is entirely incomplete. You took the heavy bass line when you walked out of the door, and the rhythm doesn't resonate the way it did before. The soft electronic hum just highlights what I lack. A high contrast reminder that you're never coming back. I'm tracing all the shadows where our harmony would blend, trapped inside a masterpiece that only meant the end. Cause our song feels empty, playing in the dark, missing all the texture of your vital, missing spark. It's just an echo and ruin in a shade of black and gray, washing all the vibrant pain and memories away. The track is still the same, but the feeling's been erased. The beautifully orchestrated, devastating waste. Yeah, our song feels empty without you. I wear the sweet nostalgia like a heavy iron chain, listening to the chorus through a highly detailed pain. The words are just a mystery I can't quite figure out, drowning in the frequency of this cinematic dial. We used to sing the bridge like we could set the world on fire. Now it's just the ashes of a deeply flawed desire. The audio is clipping and the signal's getting weak. A dark and moody canvas where the shadows start to speak. The soft electronic hum just highlights what I lack. A high contrast reminder that you're never coming back. I'm tracing all the shadows where our harmony would blend, trapped inside a masterpiece that only meant the end. Cause our song feels empty, playing in the dark, missing all the texture of your vital, missing spark. It's just an echo and ruin in a shade of black and gray, washing all the vibrant pain and memories away. The track is still the same, but the feeling's been erased. The beautifully orchestrated, devastating waste. Yeah, our song feels empty without you. Wanna skip the track, I wanna cut the wire. I'm burning in the center of this solitary fire. How do you leave a melody and strip away the soul? How do you break a symphony and leave escaping whole? I am screaming at the speakers, but the static is too loud. A highly saturated ghost, lost inside a lonely crowd. Yeah, our song feels empty. Just an echo and ruin in a shade of black and gray, washing all the vibrant pain and memories away. The track is still the same, but the feeling's been erased. The beautifully orchestrated, devastating waste. Yeah, our song feels empty. Walls are painted in a heavily textured gray. I watched the highly saturated memories decay. I kept the keys but they don't open up the door to the safe and quiet canvas that we had before. It's a complex composition of an empty hollow space. I'm just a wandering shadow looking for your face. You packed away the shelter like it wasn't even real, and left me with a mystery of how I'm supposed to feel. The dark tones of the midnight settle on the wood. I'm standing in the ruin where our sanctuary stood. I try to blur the bitter edges, try to hide the tear, but the cinematic truth is violently clear. I didn't lose a house, I lost my home. Now I'm a masterpiece of lonely, wandering alone. You packed up all the warmth and left me in the cold. A devastated story that was suddenly untold. The contrast is too sharp. The world is black and blue. Yeah, I lost my home. The day that I lost you. I wear this cold nostalgia like a heavy velvet weight, trapped inside the framing of this beautifully tragic fate. The soft electronic static hums inside the empty hall where your heavily textured silhouette used to fall. You were the focal point, the shelter from the storm. Now I'm reaching into empty air, just trying to get warm. I am an exile in a gallery of everything we built, drowning in the deep and quiet layers of my guilt. The dark tones of the midnight settle on the wood. I'm standing in the ruin where our sanctuary stood. I try to blur the bitter edges, try to hide the tear, but the cinematic truth is violently clear. I didn't lose a house, I lost my home. Now I'm a masterpiece of lonely, wandering alone. You packed up all the warmth and left me in the cold. A devastated story that was suddenly untold. The contrast is too sharp. The world is black and blue. Yeah, I lost my home. The day that I lost you. I built the whole foundation on the promises you made. I gave you every vibrant color, let my own light fade. Now I'm sleeping in the wreckage of a highly detailed dream, tearing at the fabric, ripping open every seam. I'm locked outside the only place I ever wanted to be. You didn't just walk out, you took my sanctuary. I didn't lose a house, I lost my home. Now I'm a masterpiece of lonely, wandering alone. You packed up all the warmth and left me in the cold. A devastated story that was suddenly untold. The contrast is too sharp. The world is black and blue. Yeah, I lost my home. The dark tones wash away, just a complex, heavy layer. Nowhere left to go. I'm locked out. I'm locked out.